To many people out there, depression is that another name to those worst days of life, which can either make a person to take their life towards end, or maybe just learn to survive through tough situations. And for the information, warriors always choose to die rather than going to get their life ended. But the main point in here to take a focus over is that period of depression which many countries had been through during the time of 1930s, that is in 20th century. Though it has been said that the starting period of this thing was 1929, but looking over those various facts and figures, it has been confirmed that the scheduling of this incident, named as Great Depression, actually was not that same and had different values across different states. According to the many of the reports, it has been said that most of the countries had this started during the time of 1929 and continued till the late days of year 1930. This is actually believed to be that longest, most sincere, and also the very much extensive period of misery of 20th century. Also, an important point here to make a notice on is that this Great Depression is actually considered as an example today in this 21st century about how much far the economy of the world can get deteriorated. The phase of Great Depression is believed to get triggered from the region of United States, and that is when there was that huge fall experience in terms of stock prices that took its origin around the date of 4th September in 1929. Now, being not that much normal thing to be ignored, this downfall in stock prices made their place in those headlines, which finally made it possible to get word spreaded among whole of the world. Also, after which, a huge crash was experienced in a market dealing with stock, which is about the date of October 29, 1929, also known to people by the name of Black Tuesday. This whole thing resulted into the huge downfall of GDP around all over the world by the rate of 15% in number. In comparison to this, there was also a downfall in GDP experienced during the year of 2008 to 2009, counting in 1% among whole of the world, which was way less than what countries experienced during the year of 1929 to 1930. There were also some of the countries which started recovering in the middle of the year 1930. In contrast to this, there were also some of those which did not get to see any kind of positive results until the time of that giant conflict of World War II, which took place in the year of 1939. Everyone knows that what any downfall in economy can result into, and same did with this case. This incident of Great Depression had those really shocking and bad effects among all of those countries, no matter whether it is rich or poor. Nothing was as normal as it used to be sometimes before. There was that huge drop noticed in everything: individual income, tariff revenue, earnings and prices, just everything. And among all of this, the international trade was seen taking a plunge by a rate of nothing less than 50%. This brought over that giant rise to the graph of unemployment in different countries, such as looking over the US, it was 25%, and on the other side for some other nations, it was 33%. Though it was pretty clear that cities and nations all over the world were getting this hit really hard, but the one which was highly dependent on industries were just topping the list. This whole of the incident also resulted into many of the activities like construction and everything take a halt in many parts of the world. All of those farming groups and many of the rural areas also got suffer really badly during this whole thing, as this lead to a huge fall in the prices of crops can be counted as about 60%. Basically, there was that huge area included which faced that huge loss because of the Great Depression period, especially the one linked with primary sectors such as mining and logging are the one at top of lists.